Hey guys, Michael here, and today we're working on this 1998 Dodge Ram 1500. We're doing a differential fluid exchange, an oil change, and we're going to paint some of the suspension in the frame with some high enamel paint just so it don't rust. Alright, so the helmet came on. Alright. Now that I have the ass end lifted up, we have a differential leak. That's what I assumed. Yeah, I gotta order new shocks. Don't know what that little bracket was for, but it's rusted all to pieces. There's not a lot of rust back here, that's why I want to get it painted. So I realized my bigger impact is still at my friend's house. So I'm just gonna break these loose by hand. Oh shit, these are... I should probably go grab a magnetic parts tray, but I'm not. Haha, neutral drop. Alright, let's not do that anymore. Let's break them free like a normal human. Oh, there's a screen in there. That was lucky. We're gonna leave those up there. Yeah, that's my fill plug. That is... Oh. The fuck? Oh, it's RTV silicone. Okay. Weird flex, but obviously they didn't do it right. Otherwise it wouldn't be leaking. That's all fresh drips. Ooh. There is really not a lot of rust on this car or this truck, and I love it. Ooh. There's that blown up muffler that I gotta replace. I don't know if that'll be in this video or not. I have the new muffler. It's a glass pack by Thrush. Oh, you just gotta love the smell of gear oil. I'm just looking at everything and like... As far as I also went and put gloves on because this is a the messy part. See, this gear oil doesn't even look that bad. It looks relatively new. Hell, it even smells relatively new. Which is the scary part. Why is it leaking then? Did they not prep the surface correctly? That's what I'm going to assume. They didn't prep the surface correctly. That is a lot of RTV. That's not a factory gear set. The rear gears have been replaced. If you're going through the effort to replace the rear gears, why won't you put a limited slip in? So I think I have figured out why this gear set was changed at some point. That is metal, which means this rear end was blown up at some point. Concerning this truck only has 124,000 miles on it. That is really concerning that someone has blown up this rear end. Is this the factory rear end they put a new gear set in? Probably not. This is probably a differential out of another truck. Because look, you can see the metal right there. We're gonna let that drip. We're gonna go inside and turn our attention to... Yeah, look. There's more in here. Alright, well, let's go turn our attention to this. Alright. We're gonna start by laying out some paper towels. Even though this is a metal workbench. I'm gonna see how these plastic ones do on this. But when they inevitably suck, I'm gonna switch it to a metal one. Yep, switching it to metal. You like the Amazon tote? Amazon left it here, I don't know what to do with it. I guess the driver was just lazy and didn't want to grab it. So with this, I only have to get the majority of the silicone off. Because then I'm going to use a red Scotch-Brite on a die grinder. And we're going to get it extra clean. They also put a lot of silicone on here. So I assume this was someone inexperienced.
You really do just gotta gamble. Hey, you told me good luck, so I'm back again and I'm all in. Poker chips on the table, saw the McLaren, I bought it. Yeah, you don't know what you just started. Gave me the fire I needed, they said I'm autistic, I'm going retarded. Really just upped on my targets, bitch, I'm in my bag now. Buying the whips and I'm taking the trips that I never could have now. Woo! No more jealousy around me, behind my back when they would clown me. Be stacking the money and still they would doubt me. I kept on paying till I found they would drown me like, woo! Yeah, play life like a casino, cause every day's a gamble. We stay strapped like Al Pacino, yeah. Made something out of nothing, I remember I ain't had food in my stomach, now I'm ballin' like, yeah. Treat life like a casino, cause every day's a gamble. We stay strapped like Al Pacino, yeah. Made something out of nothing, I remember I ain't had food in my stomach, now I'm ballin' like. I know I ain't bad, but I ain't at my greatest. I took it there, all I took here was patience. They say I lost it, I simply just traded some fake friends for a crib and it's gated. Traded a wifey for bitches I dated. Don't be off Molly, I really just faded. Trading the whips when I'm done with the payments. If I got a problem, I probably won't say it like, woo! Hey, got a whole lot of cash in a rubber band. I'ma give it all back to the bubble man. Got a whole 100 shots and it doesn't jam. Ooh, my life is like a movie. Be careful who you talking to. You really talking through me, yeah. Yeah. Play like a casino. Cause every day's a gamble. We stay strapped like I.
Alright. Now that it's mostly clean, I'm gonna hit the whole thing with some 120 grit. And then we're gonna paint it. Okay, so now, by the way, okay, fuck that one. Don't use gray RTV on oil pans. It's not meant for it. It is not oil resistant. Use black. This actually says gasket maker oil resistant. We're just gonna do it like this. Then what I like doing is just a little bit more around each bolt. Not too much, not too little. And like, in theory, you can use too much. Some people would probably say this is too much, but it's fine. Alright, let's go get this installed. Now, we gotta set this in place without moving it around too much. Alright. Get a couple bolts in. And we're just gonna get these bolts started. If this leaks, I will take total responsibility. I mean, obviously I have to. But, I'll take it back off and reseal it. That was my fault for not having bolts ready. Also, look, I painted the frame. Off camera. Alright. That needs like 5 minutes to set up before we tighten down those bolts. We can snug them down. Alright, those are just snug. We're going to give it like 5-10 minutes and we're going to come back and torque them down. Alright, it's been like 10 minutes. So now we're going to come through and snug all these up. AutoData didn't have a torque spec. I looked, so we're just gonna snug all these up hand tight. Alright, we are now about to do the oil change on here. Alright. First things first. We're going to do that. Oh. Alright. Now that we got that cracked loose, let's get these big old pliers on here. Open them up one more notch. A little bit more. All right. Now that we've done that, let's get that out of the way. So it doesn't look too bad. Actually looks relatively new. Which is kind of scary. I mean, not really. I think the guys did say when I bought this, the oil was just changed. This oil's got maybe 1,000 miles on it, if that. Because, like, it's dark, but not bad. Oh, that's draining. We're gonna reach up here. Still a little tight. Alright. Ah, shit fire. Oops. We can film the drain plug back in the oil pan now. Spin off the old oil filter. Which once again, the oil in that did not seem bad. Got the new oil filter, the MicroGuard Select. And now here's the real question for you guys. To pre-fill or not to pre-fill? Leave your answers down in the comments. I want to know. If I can get the damn plastic off. Wow. So yeah, do y'all pre-fill your oil filters? And if you do, why? Like, I understand, like, Oh no, it keeps the engine from running dry for that half a second. Is it really running dry though? Is it? Is there not still oil on all the components? Pretty sure there's still oil on all the components. Okay, I don't know how much of filling that got filmed. Oil cap on. Spray down the evidence that I'm spilt. Alright, let's back up. Bring it up the ramps. Alright, now that the truck is back on level ground, we are going to check the oil level. And yes, I went and got a rag. It's right in the middle of the safe. We're going to call it good. It could probably use another quarter quart, but we are going to call that good. Clean up all of our spilt oil mess. Alright, well, that's the end of this video. Like the video if you liked it, dislike the video if you disliked it. Subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.